Welcome to Cities Skylines After Dark and the boomtown of Freshwater. Now, I've basically played on a little bit because I need daylight to do my next bit of building, and while I was doing that I actually did some changes here, rezoned this area. I haven't quite finished it yet. I need to zone in some water. And a little bit of industrial. Just get the marquee tool, gonna grow it out slowly. And a little bit across here. I think maybe we're put a little bit there. I'm gonna zone up to the edge here, I think, now, because I don't think this area here is gonna get heavy traffic. As I say, I've deliberately gone a little bit off the wall here, made it a bit more strange, because this is going to be my forestry area, so I think we can probably trim it back a little bit here. I'm keeping the game paused because I'm going to need quite a lot of daylight. Actually, probably just bring it out this bit. Now this is going to be my forestry area. At the end, if you remember, we had a slight problem with crime, so I've built a new police station down here. Got an issue with a little bit of demand, but I'm going to solve that problem anyway, so we're going to get straight into what I'm going to do. As I say, I'm going to keep the game paused for this bit here. Might need to take out a loan as well, so what we're going to do is start. So the idea is, if we look at the, remember from this district map, the idea was to have this main road down the centre, so we're going to probably work on this first leg here and open up this commercial area here. So that's the idea of what we're going to do. Now, I'm not going, I could go here, choose one of these great big dual carriageways, but I don't want to do that because I want to have pretty big control over where I'm going. So, and again, I want to come a very, see, this is actually, I've called this tourist town, port town here, because I'm aiming here. Maybe the tourists are going to have to move over a bit to allow room, because I want my port area here to feed up to my industrial area. So this is not going to be actually, maybe we can come off straight and build a roundabout there. What about that? What do you think of that? And then we can have a spur into there. So yeah, let's go straight. So I'm going to come off 2, and what I'm going to do is, this can be a little bit tricky, and I'm going to just build a one-way road that way, one-way road that way, and I'm going to turn off the kitchen. Again, I'm going for the 45-degree angles. No, I'm not happy with that. We're just gonna have to go for that, and I can now delete this and delete that bit there. What we're going to do is just keep coming down here. Put the another 20, so they line up. Now I'm going to have to do the necessary to get my directions right. So we'll just reverse that. So that's going to be the core of my dual carriageway. It's deliberately that wide because if you kind of imagine, I'm creating a space for maybe a future expressway. And what I'm going to do now is just going to come down with the commercial, probably down to, yeah, about there. I'm going to come in here. Now you can see where I'm coming from. In fact, if I'll just come over. Just do this, concentrate. Sometimes I can't find it hard to. So, if I zoom in on here, if I'd done one of these roads, say this 4-lane road, it would have given me a junction here. By having two separate one-way roads, I can now actually want to go up about there, probably come down a little bit more. It's a little bit extravagant, but I think it's worth it. Basically what we're going to create here is a little bit of one round square one-way system. So what am I doing for money? I've got to keep an eye on the cash. I'm going to kind of come in here, actually just come up. No, I just maybe want to go over, no, a bit too far. Oh, I'll just go with that, I think. Yeah, and then I'm going to join that up there, join that there. I'm going to put a little bit of a smidge connector there. I'm not going to do that side, and I think we can now start zoning in a nice big wodge of. This square's got a purpose, which I will reveal later on. So I think we can now hit the, just let it go forward. So you can see now we've got a little bit of this there. And now what I'm going to do up here, we've got demand for residential, so I'm just gonna, I think we'll just come up one here, come across not that far. Just zone in this area here. Need to check the water. Oh, just got away with it. But I think it's worth coming up 440. Yep, so you can just see them moving in, so I'm just so it's growing, and I think this is a time to obviously overlook the water here, so we need to spit out a line there. So slightly annoying, I must have miscalculated, but I think we can live with that. And even if it is slightly out of line, I like to see if you kind of walk out. Water availability is getting a bit low, so probably got to bump the budget again. I'll probably just go up to 101%, that would be fine. Need to check the power. Power's getting a bit low, so what we can do now is start using these thing that should give me a yep, gives me an extra 222. You can see the pollution spreading. So like I said earlier on in the game, I just want to just remind me. So I think we'll move tourist town a bit further that way and probably bring Port City in about there, probably up to there. Move this over a bit. And another thought now, I think we're probably going to have another kind of residential area up here, which I think we can develop later on. So That's the way it's going. We'll say. So this is, while we're doing it, let's just have a look through. Garbage is good. It always pays to check. We're 38% full. We need to keep an eye on that. Traffic's flowing nicely. Just going to create a notch there, and then actually no, I don't want it there. I want it just there for the moment, just to mark the centre. There is a reason why I'm keeping that. We can now get rid of that because we've now got this nice symmetry. I think what we're going to do next is, got a bit of cash to spend. We're going, I think it's, oh, we can't afford a bus depot. We need 30 grand. So I think it might be time to take out a loan. Now the loan here system is quite good in Cities Skylines because you take out the loan and then it basically you've got to pay it back 403 a week over time. So I'm just going to whack that. So we've now got the money for a bus depot. Now the purpose a bus depot provides is a source for the buses. It's not actually, how can you say, somewhere where people actually go for buses. So you need to put it somewhere where it has good access to the city so the buses can come out, but at the same time you don't want it, say, in the middle of a residential area, because you can see it creates noise. So we're just going to drop it there. So, and I'll give you show you another little dodge now. So what we're going to do next is plan our bus routes. Now the main flow at the moment is into this industrial area. I think I don't want to put bus routes on this area, and I think this is where it can get a little bit tricky, in the sense that you can't, I think that's, just have a quick look, I think I made that a one way that way, so the flow of traffic's this way around here, so there's like a kind of back feed. Oops, sorry. So we're going to go back to the bus lanes. I'm going to put a bus lane there. I'm not going to, and I'm going to put another one there and another one there, and if I come up here I can't go that way. Don't particularly want one to, and we're going to there. The reason I'm putting the bus lanes away from these roads is that I don't want it to, when I upgrade the roads, funny things can happen with bus lanes when you upgrade wider roads. So I'm just going to, let's put one there. You want a reasonable spread of bus lanes. So I'm just going to come round here. Probably, no, gonna need to get the right side. It can be a bit fiddly doing this. So we're just going to give me a feed into the, that's probably a bit too close. Let's just actually bring one down here, and then we'll come across, and hopefully that will, so it's wandering a little bit, but it should give a little bit of coverage. Now we've got the high school here, and this is what I was alluding to in the previous part. I want to put a kind of a flow of, and then we've got the police station and that there. So we're just going to Actually, just drop one on there. You can duplicate bus stops. And we'll just come down here. And probably just come up into there and there. So that gives 2 bus lanes. I think that's good enough to be starting with. Now, here's the quick dodge. Chasing buses around and recolouring them is quite tricky. So the trick is to come over here. Oops, so, oh, they're coming out. When they appear, click on them, come here, and if you do this, you can change the colour. Oh, there's another blue one there, so modify line. It pays to colour them, because if you look now, you can see the colour lines of the flow of the buses. The other thing to do also this early in the game is get on the bus budget, whack it right down. You can see it's 50%, because you don't need lots and lots of buses roving around the city. Because what actually happens is, I don't know if I'll be able to see where to find them. I probably need to slow the game up a bit. So pause the game. You get them travelling in groups too close together. So that's the bus flow going. We've got a bit of a surge of buses there coming round the city, and you can see they all surged out. Now some of them are going back to the depot. I say one bus depot covers virtually the whole of a major city, as long as it's placed well and you're not adjusting there. You can see the old fire brigade there, so let's check. So probably getting to a point now where I think these guys might have earned their own fire brigade. Gonna put it somewhere where they can get in and out quite quickly. I could put it on this bit here, or was this bit? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's put it there. Gotta watch the cache a bit. Check the power. Power's good. Water's good. I say that fire station will provide cover over time. Residential's still growing. God, it's always right. So let's. So I'm going to leave that square. Or just going to go up to there. Don't want anything on this roundabout, and we'll just put a little bit there. I say this square has a purpose. It's actually going to be the bus station, or could be the bus station. Is probably a better term. Right. So I think we're at a point now where we can start to just come across here. Yes, just do this. Bring you in here a bit. I think you can. No, you're on an end, so you're on an end. So probably will need daylight to tidy these guys up. Do I want a road there? No, but what I do want is a half. Need to keep an eye on the cache. Just get a nice little path across there for the and I say I think we're get a little bit of residential here, there. So you see when you do this in the dark, you can actually see the construction lines a lot quicker, a lot better. So we're just going to actually we'll just bring in, you can hear the clicks as things start to upgrade. Always a good sign. put there. If we can get something a bit bigger. Yeah, I think we can drop a couple of nice big parks in here. And we'll just zone all that through. Check the water. Yep, we can get away with that. Daylight's coming back. Got a water shortage down here. Oh, yeah. So, city's growing nicely. So I think we can probably zone in a bit more of this area. Just let the power grow out. The traffic's building up quite nicely. Sooner or later we'll probably have to upgrade the roads. How are we doing? Let's check fire. Still says high, but jail capacities seems to have stabilised. Again, one of the point is if you let the crime get away, this capacity will go up. If you keep things under control, it will. The elementary, high school's doing well. Elementary's just on the borderline, but I think we can live with that. Crime, health. Let's have a quick look at health. Health's good. Again, as long as your residents are healthy, you don't really need to whack down lots and lots of education, water, power. Yep, we're looking good. That you might have, people love public transport in this city, so what we're going to do now is try and encourage people to walk. So what we're going to do is, because I say people in this city are pretty healthy. Actually, I think what we're going to do, we've got a little bit of a slip road there, so if I delete that and then create a path out of here. Oops, probably need a posh path. Now I will give you a warning to do with cycle lanes. What we're going to do is come across here, drop down a bit to save a bit of cash. Come down here, come across to about here, up a bit, probably come across to here, there, and down, whoops, went the wrong way. And as I say, pedestrians in this city are very law-abiding, but if you give them something like that, hopefully people will start, especially cyclists. Come on, come on, come on. No, obviously it's taken a little while. We'll come back to that. But again, we've got a need for residential. Oops, look, see the deliberate mistake there. We just need to upgrade these. Certainly don't want farming, community, dirt roads. Just trim that off there. So I don't want this commercial area to get much bigger because I want to pull the commercial there. So what I'm starting to do is just, and I've got an idea up for here, this area here. So which was going to be farming, but I'm going to need to adjust the motorway, which is going to require a bit of cash. So I think the next residential expansion is going to be down here. We did quite a lot of And probably will need to tidy up this edge in the future. So we'll just put this across here. Probably won't want to come down much further because I would want, obviously this road's going to curve round, so I don't want to get the noise pollution. So we'll just keep, maybe we'll just kind of just push off this way a little bit. Oops, it's getting dark, so maybe this is the time to. So, oops. So I'm getting a bit sloppy now, but anyone who's lived in the UK wouldn't recognise roads like this. Probably don't want that there. In fact, I don't want this here. I've gone over a bit too far, I think. That would be better. So we'll just actually, yeah, let's bring it in this way. Create a kind of cul-de-sac there. Put a little bit of a footpath there. I think we're got a bit of cash to spend, so we're put maybe a couple of tennis courts in. Quite like the idea of tennis courts. And when we're zone over this whole area. Down here. It's getting a bit wayward, but I'm quite happy with that. And this will just check the zoning. Yep, the zoning needs to be pushed out a little bit. And we've got the water sign there, so that's something we need to look at. Yep. There we are, busy town. So we've now got tourism, specialisation, free public transport. This is the one I'm looking for, heavy traffic ban. We can upgrade the roads, lots of road upgrade options. We've got a hospital, fire station, oil power plants, bus station, very, very useful. And leisure and jet ski. So we can now, and we've got tourism specialisation and oil specialisation. So we've kind of got there. So just going to be the what is that saying? Distance too short. I hope that's, oh yeah, it's okay. So we'll just check. Water's good. Power's good. Just going to, I think there's some power lines in here now which we probably don't need down this side. So I think these power lines can go. I think we're getting to a point now where we can actually start to work on the city. See, now this is something I want to show you, is see this noise volume here. Now if we go in here, the trees in this game are different from the first release. They don't absorb pollution, but what they do, actually if I pause the game while I do this, because I want to just put some trees in. Just put a little wodge of trees in there. We'll probably lose a few later on. And if I go up to here and look at the noise pollution, zoom out a bit, and then if we run the game, if you watch, see it slowly getting lighter. Just speed the game up a little bit. See the trees? Reducing the noise pollution, and if you go to roads and that's the right one, and we'll just go up this way here. Again, if we just flip back to see it getting lighter, so the trees reduce the noise pollution as well, so that's a factor. And as I say, what we will be doing is using office blocks as well. I think most people are familiar with the office block situation, so we're just going to raise, put in a bit of commercial there. Starting to get quite happy with this now. We've got this footpath here. Let's see if we got anyone actually using it. Yep. Let's see if I pause here. And if we put a follow on this person, you can see they're off to work. So this person lives right over here, and they work all the way over there. And as I say, if we put the follow on them, so this shows, as long as you give them, your pedestrians, a good way to walk, they will walk very, very long distances across the map. And this is the condition. You've got to provide the good. Pardon, see the lorry there blocking the traffic? See? Terry Campbell, very, very fit resident in the city. There we are. And as I say, so yes, you've got to focus on your traffic network, but at the same time, you also need to work on your pedestrian network. Now, another form of public transport here, which I haven't touched on yet, is the taxis. Now, I think the taxi thing is quite noisy, so I suggest that you actually put this here, and it will also provide a service to the area. Now you've got these taxi ranks, and they cause a small amount of noise pollution, so you want to put them somewhere like up here. You don't need to put too many out. Probably tuck one up in there actually. Or no, let's put one there in that little gap there. Don't particularly want to put one in there for the moment. We'll just put one on that corner there. Now again, the same as before. Get into your budget and reduce it down here. Now, the way of judging whether the taxis are in use is how many are sat on the ranks. If there's only the odd one or two on the ranks, see if we can find a taxi. They can be quite hard to spot. Let's have a look and see. We've got 4 out there somewhere. But what they do is the taxis will park here if nobody wants them, and they will then travel to pick people up. And so if you've got a whole row of taxis there, so you've got one there parked there now, but he's off straight away, see, so just going to, so he's off to pick up Scarlet Web. Let's actually just do a first person on it. So he's off here. So stopped on there. So he's obviously picked up now, and so he's actually picking up passenger Oliver Phillips. So, and he's obviously taking Oliver Phillips off to somewhere. Doesn't actually say where, but I'm sure we're going to get there eventually. Hopefully it won't be too long. So it's now dropped off somebody else. So see how the taxis work, but they work a length of shift. So we'll just tab out of that. So that gives you an idea how taxis work. But the key factor is if there's rows and rows of taxis here, they will. It means that you're over budgeting them. Right. So next thing I want to talk about. Oops, we've got some water problems up here. That across there while I'm looking at it before they all start to leave. Water availability's low again as my budget, so we're going to need another one of these little water towers. Probably need to drop it in there, but going to need to watch it now because obviously the sewage is maxed out, so I'm going to have to pop in one of these. Always something to do, always something to do. So we connect that up. Normally you're going to get a surge on power demand, so we got surge on electricity, so I think we need to get in. So I've finished my flirtation with coal powered power stations, so we'll go. Let's just have a look to see whether they're getting supplies. Yep, got coal stored for 13 weeks, which is good. Now the traffic's starting to build up, so we're going to need to think about that. You can see the old forestry area is starting to grow. Probably will need that. I think probably what I might need to do is just push this area out a little bit, I think. So one of the keys to these areas is not to have too much of a specialisation, because these specialisations, if you go in and click on them, they only require uneducated or one well-educated person, so they tend to be quite restricted. So as you can see, we've got one over-educated worker there, but it doesn't really make any difference. So you don't want to go overboard with these, and at the same time you want to try and update these areas. Now one of the good things here is we can probably put smoke detectors and recycling into here. That will, the trick is whenever you apply one of these policies is to apply it and then watch your budget go down as it goes in, but having these policies will actually count towards area. So they're saying they want more educated citizens, so go. Now the other policy I want to show you, I'm aware that time's pushing on, so and this is a very, very good one, because we've now got city planning, and what you want is you certainly want that in, and you want that in. That stops delivery vehicles and other people from taking shortcuts, and this keeps the heavy traffic out of your residential area. So what we're probably going to need to do is just rezone this commercial bit back into, no, probably push this out a little bit here. I want this to come down here because I don't want heavy traffic. I don't want anyone taking shortcuts. I say it does take effect because once a vehicle's been spawned it will follow through, but things like that will stop your heavy traffic actually taking shortcuts through your areas. Getting a little bit of commercial demand again, so what I like to do now is I think it's time to actually start building with the better roads. So we'll just, oops, no, one more in. I want a gap of 2 up here. I can live with the footpath there. I'll probably just come in here zone in a nice big kind of chunk of 4 down here. Let's do this whole area. And the other thing I like to do is things like this, is putting in small blocks. So if I go here, you can get, I think I did some down around here. See, look, you get nice little individual houses, a bit more variety if you do this. So that should grow, and hopefully what it will do eventually is get that connection there, so we can actually start to get rid of the power lines. What we can do is, what would benefit? So don't have a police station over this side. Got one over there. Doing okay for criminals. Actually, health, we've got 1 sick person, but I think if we drop a health clinic there, that should have an effect on the industrial area. Might actually give them a bit more chance to things. I'll just check the education. Elementary schools are getting a bit low, so I think maybe we can drop an elementary school there. That will get rid of these power lines. This should be okay. Yep. So we can get rid of these power lines there. Probably can get a little wodge of there, but I think this bit here represents an opportunity to put a footpath in. So that there, and I think actually, let's see, can we put something in here that, yeah, let's put a little Japanese garden on this corner. That will make people feel better. So we've got an elementary school there. So, city's growing. No taxis. We've got the bus station. Now, the bus station is a very, very big investment, and it needs to be placed carefully. Now, and the other thing with the bus station is it has a very unusual way of managing the roads. I was hoping to put it there, so I think what I'm going to do is probably delete those roads there and just drop the bus station in like that. Probably going to, it's going to be a bit of a nuisance. I think we're going to build the bus station out that way. Don't think it will let me get any closer, I don't think. What if I take the snapping off? Will it let me? Nope. So we're going to have a little bit of a fringe area there. Probably connect the bus station there. I think what do you think? Got that there. Actually, what we're going to do is let's have a quick test. So we'll put the bus stop on, click that there, and drag it into there. See the effect? Of it? You get this strange looping, turning effect. But if I put it there, see the looping effect? So probably what I'm going to do is move this out the way, pick this up and turn it the other way round. This is why I was saying you need plenty of cash for the bus station, because what you get is this effect, and No, still not happy with it. So I think what we're going to have to do is pick it up and put it, let it go that way. Why won't it let me? Why is it saying this space is already occupied? Organic foods. Oh, it's the taxi rank again. Just shove you over there for the moment. And what I'm going to do now is connect up here. I say placing the bus station can be a little bit tricky. See if we can get push you up this way. Not sure why it's done that double loop, but that actually works a bit better now. What we can do is pick this bus station, this taxi rank up, and put it next to the bus station. Probably going to be. You can see it now starting to work a bit better. Still not sure why it's doing that double loop rounds. As I say, it can be a bit obtuse to when you actually place it. So, but let's see if we can. See what happens if I pull this one down. See where it's gone a bit weird. So what I actually want to do really is pull that to there. And then pull that into there. So sometimes you've got to convince the bus station that it's what it actually wants to do. Got this double loop here now, which is a little bit annoying. Probably wasn't a very good idea to, so I might, if we delete that bus stop. Yeah, that's it's kind of giving me a bit of a long distance flow there, so I think what I'm going to do is see if I can get a bus going the other way. See the bit of a weird, so I think we'll just take advantage of that and probably come up here, probably come round here. Gotta watch which side of the road you put. Yeah. It can catch you out of it. And probably come to here. I suppose you can get it on both sides of the road. Can't. That's there. Well, actually what we'll do is we'll just run it round the. Gotta make sure I can get out. And just drop it there. Probably won't loop round so much now. Well, that's coming that way, so let's. Yep, I mean it's gonna double loop the. So why won't it? I really wanted to come down this way into there. And so if we delete that, oh no, it insists on being helpful, so we'll just have to put the extra stop there. So say the bus station is useful, but it can be a bit of a pain. And part of the reason why I've got the bus station here, partly because I've got this slot, is I think probably going to bring a railway station in here as well, so this road will go quite low, or I probably will have the road quite high. It's getting dark again, so, and we've got some residential growing. I think there's a little bit of work to be done now. The money's coming in quite nicely. I think I want to keep this area open for farming. Let's see if we can just tidy up this area here a bit now. It's got a bit messy. I think we'll just put that slightly wonky road in there, and I think I won't do that just yet. We'll put in, let's say, things are getting a little bit. We'll put a turnaround there, and what we're going to do is probably zone in everything from this area. Probably gone a little bit too far. Just check the water, not good enough. I think that's about as far south I'm getting. I'm pushing down on this road, my fun leisure area, so I don't think I want to come any further south than that. And that should suck up the area. So just have a quick check of the zoning. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We didn't actually use this area for the buses in the end, so I think what we're going to do is again put a, actually no, let's do something a bit different here again. Let's get a nice big park. Actually put 2 parks there. What we're going to do is put a there, and let's use our first cycle lane. Got to be a bit careful with cycle lanes because they are only used by people on bicycles, and that means that if your walking residents are a bit kind of, I can say, prejudiced against without being prejudicial. So we'll just put a little bit more in there. I think that's come along quite nicely. We've got up there, we've got a reasonable income, we've got things coming together. Let's have a quick look at the traffic, because I'm sure the traffic's starting to build up now, so we're going to have to turn our attention to the traffic. I think next area is going to be maybe developing this road here so we can get more commercial. Oh, landfills have limited capacity. Oh, big mistake here. Major fail. Need to get a pause. See, that's another reason why I think we've got the connection through the centre now, so we can get the bulldozer to work up here. And it's going to get I'll drop a second landfill in here. When we get the incinerators, we're going to work here. Oh, that was close to a major fail, because if you leave trash all over your city, you'll find the sickness will go right through the roof. Water's good, as I say, so a lot of traffic on this centre roundabout. Industries building up, probably getting a bit of pollution on these trees. As you can see now, see where the flow on this road is with the trucks. So we're getting a nice flow here. Coming round here. Probably just zone in a little bit more here. get a bit more of this area here going underway. I'm going to stop there because it's just got daylight, and we're probably going to need a bit of daylight for the next part. So the next part we're going to develop this road, probably come down, put another roundabout just about here and come across, and then that will split the city. I want to do some work up here, probably get a farming community going there and start to develop the more generic industry this way. Could put farming there. No. But I think it's getting rapidly close to starting to work on this area. I think this can go. Gotta be very, when you delete over roads, gotta be very careful with your positioning. Yeah, I think I'm going to put farming there because I want to try something, which I will explain later. I think that's enough for this part. Hope you've enjoyed this part. You can see the pollution spreading out into Stink Bay. Actually, can we buy another tile? Yeah, I think we're going to... Let's buy that so we can start developing along the coast, and it means I can start moving this pollution out the way as well. So that's going to be for the next part. Going to develop up here, start going there, start getting Knob Hill going. That will allow me also to expand this area here, but I'm going to leave an area, so probably road wise it's going to have like a U shape, come in here through there, another major road going out that way to connect up to this freeway eventually. We've got the railway. I don't think we've got, how far we are from the railway. Got busy town, big town, so what do we get? So we don't get railway, we start to get into university, incineration, metros, prison. There's the prison. So we've got that to come, we're very close to it. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and feel free to like and comment, ask questions, and subscribe. And until the next time, enjoy your gaming.